This is Gary with Black Diamond Games. One thing I rarely talk about is games, actual games. The games, what I really enjoy are role playing games, specifically old school D&D. When I say old school, I mean D&D because I play Fifth Edition now, and I played Pathfinder in Third Edition and previous editions before that since I've been about 12. And what's really got me excited is some of the adventure options of late. So, what excited me first was Tales from the Yawning Portal. That's the most recent Wizards of the Coast book, and it has a bunch of adventures throughout the history of D&D that have been updated to Fifth Edition, and they're fairly true to the edition to the originals. So, if you had issues with an overpowered monster in Third Edition, well, it's still there in Fifth Edition. They didn't fix it. It's there for you to try to overcome, just like in the old days. So I've been running Forge of Fury from Tales from the Yawning Portal, and we just finished that and enjoyed it. It's a dungeon crawl. It's sometimes it's slow, but like a dungeon crawl will be. So and what I found really interesting was I was able to immediately transition over to a different adventure from Book of Layers. Now, Book of Layers, I don't know if you can see it there, is a Kobold Press book of mini adventures. And unlike their other book, Prepared, which has a dozen adventures for 5th edition, Book of Layers is very well thought out, very flavorful, does not require much work to just drop into a campaign. Book of Layers does require Tome of Beasts. It doesn't have stat blocks like their standalone adventures. You have to have Tome of Beasts for it, but I do, and we sell it here. So Book of Layers allowed me to transition seamlessly from my Forge of Fury into two adventures. It was very easy to just stitch them together. I did an Yggdrasil adventure with some Ratatasks, and then we moved right over to a problem with an alchemist who'd been taken over. His mind had been dominated. Anyway, two very good adventures that seamlessly followed from Tales of the Yawning Portal, and then we went right back to a standalone adventure, Sanctuary of Belches by Kobold, which has stat blocks in it, so you don't need the book for that. And the thing that I liked about that is I was able to use some NPCs from the Forge right in Sanctuary of Belches because there were Dugar in both, and it was like there was story continuity, which was pretty cool. What I like about the Kobold stuff is the monsters, the Tome of Beasts, and this is true with 5th edition Foes by Necromancer as well. So the neat thing about third-party monsters is they don't have to follow the standard conventions of Wizards of the Coast monsters, so they can do pretty specific cool things that are unexpected, that freak out the players, where the mechanics are unexpected, and the players don't know what to. Experienced players especially are thrown when mechanics are non-standard, right? So a monster might use its attack to sit on you. there's a flab giant that will, if it gets you with both of its big meaty hooks, it will sit on you and crush you under itself, and it can do two people, so it's just grabbing people and throwing them under its butt, crushing them. There's a number of creatures that have really weird attacks, really weird abilities that freak out the players, and that's great because you always want to freak out the players. So third-party stuff for 5th edition is kind of a bonanza, and the neat thing is it's so rare to find it. There's only a few publishers that do it. There's Kobold, there's Necromancer, there's Goodman Games. There's like one or two others. I mean, there's tons of stuff online now, but it didn't start that way. So I will trust. I can generally trust a third-party publisher for monsters and adventures. I won't use any of their magic items. I won't use any of their character options. But this third-party stuff, especially Kobold, I highly recommend. So take a look at that stuff if you can find it. You can always go to the Kobold Press website, and if you're around my store, you can come visit and find their catalog of 5e stuff on the shelf. All right, thanks.